What's happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel. We have some news. We are moving. Got a bunch of boxes. We've been packing up the shop. We already packed the house up. My church sent down a moving crew and we moved the whole house out already. And now we are moving the garage. We have a lot of stuff in here. Deer heads. Got the boat. We had the whole tackle wall. Look at this. The whole tackle wall is off. And it is in these boxes right there. We also have a for sale table. The babies outgrew the swings. There's the tackle wall. It's right there. We're moving, guys. We are moving. Wondering where we are moving to? Well, I'm going to tell you in this video where we are moving to. But some exciting things coming up. We just finished the tournament on Lake Champlain. That series is going to be dropping next. If you have not seen the Eufaula series, go check it out. It is live on the channel right now. And we caught some good fish. We caught some real good ones. We had a really good finish. That was stop number 4 in the Tackle Warehouse Invitationals. So if you haven't got caught up, go watch the 4 Tackle Warehouse Invitationals tournaments. And then there are 3 Toyota Series tournaments. We ended up 7th in the Toyota division, the Central Division. That's pretty good. Pretty excited about that. We will be fishing the Toyota Championship on Wheeler Lake in November. Haven't fished Wheeler much. I did catch that one 9.5 pounder, 9 3/4. It was 987 on Wheeler Lake, but we were using live bait. So that was last November. But excited for that tournament. We are moving houses. It's nuts right now. It's crazy with the twins and everything. The reason we are moving is because we outgrew this house. We thought we were going to move in like 2 years after having the twins. And we had a 3-bed, 2-bath. You know, the twins can stay in a room. We have the guest room. We have our room and a little living room and a little kitchen. Nice house. It fit us great. Big blessing over the last 5 years. But these twins take up a lot of room. We quickly outgrew this house. By the time the twins were 2 months old, we're like, okay, we're not moving in 2 years. We got to move in like 6 months because of just the space they take up. We have a pen for them. It's like an 8x8 pen because they're crawling around now. They're scooting, they're crawling. Zeal's pulling up on things. Andy May's starting to pull up on things. It's cool watching them grow, but we outgrew our house. We could make it work if we had to, but God blessed us with a big win this year, and we feel like we are ready for this next step. So we've been looking for houses. Should we build? Should we buy? And we ended up buying something. Where's it at? I don't know. Did we move to my favorite lake, Chickamauga up in Chattanooga? I don't know. Did we move back to Missouri? Lake of the Ozarks, Table Rock, that was in the mix? I don't know. I'm going to tell you here in a minute, but just having fun with you guys. We got the deer heads on the floor here. Check them out. Those are all Missouri deer. I miss hunting in Missouri, but we're going to go back for a while in the winter here and maybe do some hunting. Would you guys like to see some hunting videos on my channel? Let me know. Some archery, some rifle. Love doing both of them. Yeah. So this is a bittersweet day. Moving out of the old bass cave, the old man cave, the boat shop, the boat garage, whatever you want to call it. Today's the day. Everything's going out. Everything's going out here. And it's bittersweet. We have filmed hundreds of videos in this shop right here. We are having a shop built at the new house, and it's a big blessing because we were able to extend it 10 feet longer. I should have built this one 10 feet longer when we built it. This one's 25 by 40, fit great, but the truck, when you leave it hooked up, the truck sticks out about 5 or 6 feet out of the garage. So we made this next one 10 feet longer. It is going to be 22 by 50. And we're going to be able to have the truck hooked up to the boat And then I built an office in the back corner that's actually walled in so that we don't have our office. Since I got kicked out of the house after we had babies and set up their nursery, I got kicked out of that bedroom to the garage here for my office. But we actually have an office that's walled in this new garage. So they're finishing up kind of AC. They're hooking up power to it. They still have to do slat wall. We are doing the slat wall on the new garage. But we're going to store all this stuff in the meantime. I got to make some trips here. We are heading to ICAST, which just happened. If you did not see all the new bait releases, go check it out. By the time you're seeing this announcement video, ICAST just happened because I had to kick out my Eufaula tournament videos day 1, 2, and 3. So day 1 dropped before ICAST, day 2 dropped before ICAST, and day 3 dropped after ICAST. So go check those out, see how we did. And then this video. So I filmed this about a week ago, basically, from when you're seeing it. Fun times, so many fun times in this garage, folks. Man, Bittersweet has served me well. So we're adding 10 feet to the new garage. That's one thing I would change. And then we're adding a floor drain. That's another thing I would change. And we have storage up top in this one. But to get to it, I had to use a big ladder. So we're adding a staircase to the new one. Adding a staircase. But this house is a little bigger. It's got more room. It's got a family room with a fire pit, or a great room you could call it. So big blessing. It is still a 3-bed, 3 bath is what it is, or 2.5 bath, but it's got a lot more space and it's in a really good area. Excited about it. So without further ado, any guesses, if you haven't dropped them in the comments, where we are moving to? Let me know. You know, we moved to Guntersville 5 years ago, September of 2019. So almost 5 years from Missouri. And my wife and I, we both grew up in St. Joseph, Missouri. A lot of our family's back there. And it's been a big blessing moving from Missouri to Alabama. God opened the door. He put it on our hearts to move. And we moved. We didn't know anybody when we came here, guys. So it's only been 5 years since we've been on Lake Guntersville. We didn't know anybody. And we moved here. We had perfect peace. We packed up the Penske truck and we drove down. We stayed overnight halfway. It's 11.5 hours. And we drove the other half the next day and moved in. And since that day, God has moved in our lives more than He has at any other time in our life. And I've been seeking the Lord since high school. God changed my life in high school, and He's had His hand on my life. But in 2019, so that was like 2009, 2010, when God really changed my life, and we moved in 2019. So there's like 9 years of my walking the faith, walking this journey, trying to pursue the Lord, Him cleaning me up, and then the last 5 years. I just feel like God's blessings and provision since we stepped out and we went and we came here. It's just been, it's been nuts. So if you feel God tugging on your heart for something, listen to it. And if you feel peace about it, you know, sometimes He does some crazy things. Sometimes He leads us 11.5 hours away from the norm, the easy life, to new things, good things. But He might be calling you to stay right where you're at. He has us right where we're at for a reason. But He also, when we pray to Him, when we seek Him, He gives us discernment. We pray for discernment, pray for wisdom, pray for understanding, pray for direction, pray for Him to direct your path. And He'll fill you up with His wisdom and guidance. And it's a blessing. When I find myself not praying for those things, I start doing my own thing. And I definitely need the Lord leading me. So we came here. The verse we posted the day we moved here, let's post a Bible verse. We posted Isaiah 43:19, which says, "Behold," or "See, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" So that's the verse we posted when we moved here. We're doing a new thing. Fast forward 8 months later, we're like, let's get a fisherman rental. And the night before we went on a hike, my wife was like, we talked about doing a wedding venue if we're going to do a rental. And I was like, yeah, that'd be cool, because she did wedding hair and makeup. And I said, okay. And we went on a hike. The next day we drove by this place we thought we could turn into a wedding venue. What do you know? Sweet Springs. We made a low offer on it. There's an offer over asking price. God opened the door. We got like 50 grand under another offer. Just big provision. And he took care of every problem before we knew we had it at that place. Some examples. I dumped my mower in the pond the day we bought it. The electricians came and hooked up the power, pulled it out. We had cockroaches in the lodge. The first renters that stayed in the lodge were pest control guys, and they were fine with it. Good reviews on the lodge. It's like all these things. Those are little things. We had big things too. So that verse I shared, when we moved from Missouri to Alabama, we were waiting to buy the venue. I was meeting the contractor at the entrance to the venue in the drive there, talking about redoing the dam, the spillway, the main entrance to the venue property. It's all broken up. This place was so run down, took 9 months of rehab. But the contractor was 30 minutes late. There's not a lick of service there. And I'm sitting there, I open up my Bible app because I was just praying to the Lord. We're 10 days into closing, we hadn't found funding, didn't know how we were going to buy the venue. And I was just praying, pouring my heart out. God, speak to me if this is something you want us to do. It's the biggest thing we've ever done in our lives. This is a $500,000 purchase we're talking about. And 9 months of rehab, turning into a wedding venue. We've never done an Airbnb before with the lodge. And just a lot trying to figure this out. But he was already making a way. So I felt like he was going to do it. But we've been turned down by all these banks. And I was just pouring my heart out to him, telling him to speak to me. And open up my Bible app. No service. I don't have it downloaded. The only thing that opened was the last chapter I was on, which was Isaiah 43. And I start reading. It says, see, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? There's a spring on the property, guys. It used to be a water bottling facility. They bottle water for Dr. Pepper. Talk about a good spring. And so now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I'm doing a new thing. And that says, I'm making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. We're out here in the wilderness. There's 40 acres of woods that's surrounded by the state park. Meeting this guy to talk about redoing the stream and the dam of the pond. I'm like, okay, Lord, he's speaking to me. And that says, the birds, the animals, the jackals, the wild animals honor me because I give drink to my people, my chosen people, who I formed for myself. And the eagle flew over the pond, and it says to give drink to my people. It was a water bottling facility the last time it had been used. Just incredible. So I was like, okay, Lord, you are going to do it. And he did it. This bank I talked to told me no, just randomly called me up, said you're approved while I was pre-fishing for a tournament. So it's kind of like I left everything, went and did what I was signed up to do, and that's when God said, all right, here you go. And best interest rate, everything. So, sorry, we're getting into the weeds here, but I'm sharing big God stories with you guys. I hope you're enjoying it, talking your ear off. This is more of a talking style video, and we're just hanging out here for a few. So I appreciate you sticking with me. But big God story. We closed on the venue. We got it way under another offer. And that's the verse he spoke to me with, which we did not know we posted that verse when we moved down. 4 months later, so we've been in Alabama 12 months. On my Facebook, a time hop popped back up. It said Isaiah 43:19. This is the verse that you and Cody posted when you moved from Missouri to Alabama, and that is the verse that God spoke to me the clearest He'd ever spoke to me to this point in my life. And it's like, wow. And the venue's rocking and rolling. We're rehabbing. We're doing all these things. God's moving in big ways. And through all of that, another huge testimony, probably the biggest testimony I have thus far. I don't know if I've shared it on my channel. I think I have before. Rewind. So after God spoke to me while I'm waiting on that contractor, before we close on the venue, after he spoke to me with Isaiah 43, Cody gets invited to go to this worship night. She's doing hair and makeup with this lady who's now our friend Salome, and she invited us to worship night at their church. So we're like, yeah, let's go. It's in Scottsboro. It's 30 minutes away. We didn't know anybody. We went, worshiping God, powerful, great music, great band. And the pastor, Greg, starts getting words from the Lord for people. And he actually starts praying over people. And he said, you know, there's somebody out there with their right shoulder injury. And that was me. I had strained my right rotator cuff so bad I couldn't do this motion during this time. I don't know how I thought we were going to rehab the venue, but we were going for it. But I couldn't do this motion with my right arm. I had been to sports med. I had got an MR arthrogram in it, which is a big old needle. They shoot dye in it, see what's wrong. And they told me it's not torn, it's strained. And they sent me to rehab. This has been months. It had just progressively gotten worse and worse and worse. And I was lifting with Derry and Craig at the time. And I just injured it, I guess. But rehab wasn't working. Nothing was working. I'm not kidding you. I couldn't lift anything over my head. Nothing. Couldn't do that motion. And that night, Greg said, there's somebody out there with a right shoulder injury, torn rotator cuff. And I was like, no, it's not me. And he said, no, it's a strained rotator cuff. And will you please come up to the front? And so I was like, all right. I went up to the front. He prophesied over my life. God spoke to me. And then he prayed healing over my shoulder in Jesus' name. And it was 100%. And that's just amazing. That's the biggest testimony I have. And that is also why my faith is grown and grown and grown and is stronger and stronger and stronger, is because God's done these big things in my life to build off. But it's because I have sought him out. Not saying he can't do it for you right now if you're not seeking him out, but when you seek him out, you align yourself with his will for your life. So just amazing. Somebody's calling me. I'll call him back. But yeah, there's a few testimonies for y'all. I didn't even know we were going to get into that in this video, but God's just moved in so many big ways. Boat went off the cliff as we were fishing the Toyota Opens. Got a new boat for the next tournament. Thought God maybe wanted me to quit tournament fishing when that boat went off the cliff. I've been trying so long and hitting a brick wall, fishing these tournaments, and then the next tournament we almost won it on Chickamauga. And it was like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be. We go through the tough times. We do have the good times. But through it all, seek him out. He'll give you peace through it all. And now we're fishing the pro circuit. It's just been amazing. So we got some other big news coming at you. I have figured out what I'm doing for my boat for next season. But we'll get into that this fall. We're hanging on to this boat for a while still. So more big news to come. So where are we moving? We are moving to Guntersville. We are staying in Guntersville, folks. We are not going anywhere. We are right where we're supposed to be. God opened the door to this place that we bought, and it had some room to build a garage. We didn't have to start from new construction. It was a new house. We've never moved into a new house, so it is new construction. It just got done. It had room to add a garage. We're doing that, and we're moving right now. So the huge big blessing, it all just came together. God allowed me to win that Kentucky Lake tournament, which made it easy to provide funding to buy this house, and it's just been a smooth transition. Couldn't ask for anything more. Blessed beyond measure. He has blessed me and provided me so much favor. I just can't thank the Lord enough. So that is where we're at. We're moving. We're staying in town, staying in Guntersville, and we're going to be fishing Guntersville a lot. And we have Red Crest. We qualified for Red Crest. Get that. The Lord lets me win a tournament. The first tournament that my wife and twins ever come to. The first tournament where Red Crest is on Guntersville. So I qualify for it. Like, my home lake's Guntersville. It's all just, you couldn't plan that out. God is good. Maybe we'll win Red Crest. Wouldn't that be something? We'll see what God has planned, but we're going to give it our all. It's in April 2025, so come to the Red Crest show. Come hang out. Let's hang out. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be busy, but it's going to be good. Red Crest on the home lake. Biggest tournament in Major League Fishing. So, super excited for that. Blessed to move. Blessed from God's provisions. And we are all blessed. He blesses us in different ways. And when we seek Him out, He provides us with His blessings. So seek Him out today. If you get nothing else from this video, I encourage you to do that. We're going to get out of here. God bless you. We'll catch you on the next video here at Fishing with Norby.